Avodah Zarah, Parakein Ma'amidim, Daf Lamidalid, sponsored the Refuah Shlema for Orit Bat Eva. A dispute between Rav Zavid and Mereimar concerning glazed vessels used for storing idolaters' wine. Rav Zavid holds white and black vessels do not require purging for 3 days. The lead glaze prevents absorption. Green vessels are glazed with lead mixed with an aluminous earth that absorbs. They require purging. However, even black and white vessels with cracks require purging. Reimer holds that even green do not require purging. Question. Reimer was questioned whether glazed vessels can be used on Pesach. He answered, certainly those green and those with cracks are not permitted. Even white, black, and smooth sweat from inside. Evidently, the glaze does not prevent their absorption. Why is the law for Pesach different than for Yayin Nesach? The Gemara rejects the notion Chametz is biblically prohibited, whereas Stam Yayin is prohibited in the Rabbanan, because generally, rabbinic enactments resemble their biblical counterpart. The answer: there's a difference between vessels used for hot food and cold food. Cold absorbs less than hot. Therefore, vessels used for hot cannot be purged. Those used for cold can be purged by soaking for 3 days, changing the water every day. Rinsing does not suffice. However, if one postpones using them for 12 months, no purging is required. The Gemara resolves 2 other incidental questions. Number 1, if one was too busy to eat breakfast, can he declare the rest of the day a personal fast day? The answer: one can accept the fast for part of a day. One may say Anenu in Mincha. Number 2, what garments did Moshe wear serving the 7 days of inauguration? Wearing Bigdei Kahuna would constitute an act of misappropriation. He was not a Kohen. The answer: he served in a special white garment without a hem. The Mishnah brings a dispute regarding the law of grape seeds and peels of Stam Yayin. Rabbi Meir holds one cannot benefit from moist or dry, whereas the sages hold dry are permitted even to eat. Shmuel defines dry as 12 months after pressing. The same law applies to wine sediment. The law for leather canteens used by travelers is like leather bags used to store wine. They require purging for 3 days or not to be used for 12 months. Even discolored jugs from extensive use can either be purged for 3 days or not used for 12 months. Mishnah distinguishes between a fish brine and chilek of a professional and a non-professional. A professional's first 2 soakings of fish fat and brine produce a fatty oil. Adding wine ruins its quality. A 3rd soaking is not kosher because adding a wine improves its bad odor. However, a non-professional's first soaking is not kosher. He adds inexpensive wine to increase its volume. Additionally, he produces a smaller quantity consumed quickly, not allowing enough time for the mixture to spoil. Chilek, also known as sultanis, is a kosher fish that does not have fins and scales immediately. Caught together with other non-kosher fish is not easily discernible. A professional can discern and separate it from non-kosher fish because they taste bad and ruin the chilek. Rabbi Abba appointed mashgichim at the port of Akko to supervise a ship of murayis from Kista. Question: why did supervision at the port suffice? Wine could have been added before. The answer: 1. Kista, the port of origin, their wine is too expensive to add. Number 2, even if the ship traveled by way of Tyre, where wine is inexpensive, melting snow makes whirlpools near the shore, making docking there impossible. Mishnah brings a dispute concerning the cheese of Beis Unyuki. Rabbi Meir prohibits its benefit. The sages prohibit only its consumption. The reason: Rabbi Meir prohibits its benefit because most of their calves are slaughtered for idolatrous purposes. Question: Rabbi Meir is chayish l'miyuta, concerned for the minority. A minority of calves should suffice. The answer: rented for curdling cheese was taken not only from calves. Therefore, a minority of calves would create for Rabbi Meir a concern only for a minority of a minority. Question: Reish Lakish should permit benefit from this cheese. He does not subscribe to the principle of mechashmin ne'avoda la'avoda, except for the avoda in the Beis Hamikdash. One who slaughters with the intent to throw the blood to an idol does not make the slaughter an idolatrous act as it does in the Beis Hamikdash concerning pigul. The answer: the cheese is prohibited benefit only if the idolater is slaughtered on behalf of the idol. If you're enjoying Daf 5, please click on the link below, subscribe, and become a sponsor. Thank you.